Are live. We're live here. Awesome. Today, we are going to talk about 3 ways to know whether you are ready, your voice, your message is ready to outsource. And we're specifically talking to the 6-figure business owners today who may already have a small team, who are launching regularly, who are reaching for that next revenue level. And if you're not there yet, that's also cool. Pay close attention to this because when you get there, that's going to be you can avoid hitting those problems as you grow, right? And true story, there is always more copy to write in your business, always more copy. And even high 6 and 7-figure business owners, clients that I work with, people that I work with, are spending more time than they want to be on their copy. And maybe you're writing it yourself. Maybe there just aren't enough hours in the day to do what needs to be done. Maybe you're writing it at the last minute and knowing that it's not as good as it could be. Or you're writing huge checks to copywriters only to have to rewrite everything before you can use it. Or you have a VA or a social media person who is writing your social media copy and your nurture emails and posts here and there. Um, it might not be the best thing ever, but at least it's done, right? Or maybe you've actually already gone through the steps to hire your own copywriter and bring someone onto your team. And it's been a process to get them up to speed, to have them get into your voice, your brand, and your strategy. And the common denominator of all of this is you want better results in your business, and copy is a bottleneck for you right now, right? So let's talk about that because copy is a really hard thing to outsource and to get right. And the reason that that is, well, it's twofold. One, because it is a skill to know how to do, to know how to sell with words. And it's also really personal. It's your voice, it's your story, it's your business, it's your baby almost, right? It's like who you are. And it's kind of a hard thing to go give that to somebody else, right? So with me so far? Yes. Cool, 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 cool. And because if you already have a program or a course or more than one, and you're making 6 figures or more, you've probably gotten to where you are on the steam of your own copy. And it's worked, right? Like you've done a really good job at conveying your message. Um, but maybe you've had to lean more on one-on-one sales calls than you would like. Maybe you have the feeling that your message could be sharper, or something isn't really working, or it's time to be more visible, play a bigger game, tell your story in a different way than you may have before, up level your copy. And you don't want to be the one tinkering with landing pages at 1 a.m. the night before your launch. That is not a part of the vision of ease and freedom and impact that you have as a business owner. And, we've all done it. We've all done things at the last minute, written pages at the last minute, done copy at the last minute. But you probably, if you want your business to grow and scale, first of all, know that there's a better way to do it. And secondly, may not want to be doing it yourself. And the reason that even business owners who are scaling fast, who are um, doing well, who are selling their offers or filling their, who are, moving even the reason that they even struggle with copy and that becomes the bottleneck for them is because copy is great copy, at least, is a combination of 3 really important things. And you're going to want to write this down and remember it seriously. All right. 3 things. And here they are. Number 1 is your personality and voice, right? The first thing is your story, the way you show up, um, the stories you tell about your past, your business, the impact you want to have, um, and the way that that comes across, your style, the way that you tell stories, the way things happen. Um, and the other piece is, so we've got your voice over here. Cool. The way you're showing up. The other piece here is the conversion part of it. And this is where I think people get tripped up because it's one thing to show up as you and tell your story and share your message and own it. Although people do struggle with doing some of that to the fullest, right? How which parts of my story do I own? How much do I share? What do I talk about? Um, how do I tell it in a way that relates to people? How much is too much to share? All of those things that can sort of fly around in your head and stop you from showing up fully as your voice, fully as you, the way that you would talk to a friend. The other piece is the conversion pieces. This is where people go, I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to, um, you know, be inauthentic. I don't want to be pushy. And there's this misconception that sales copy or conversion copy or the nuances of copywriting are icky. And I want us to just wipe that away right now. Okay? Because just showing up as you, speaking your truth is great. Showing up as you is great, but it's not enough. Because if everybody did that, they would all be selling out, right? If all it took was you showing up with your voice and your message, you'd be sold out. The reason that that doesn't happen is because there is a persuasion element, there is a conversion element, there is knowing how to build that bridge for people. And it's an important part of the equation that I think many business owners write off or don't put enough focus on. And that's the other piece. The other piece is persuasion skills. The other piece is how do I get somebody to make a buying decision? And if you're like, no, I don't want to be salesy. Oh, this feels icky. How do I show up and pitch? How do I do it confidently? How do I do it as me? If that is you, and raise your hand if that's you, we've all been there. And I'm like, do you want to make sales? Yeah, you do? Cool. Then you do need to pay attention to this. This does matter. There are things that you need to know about conversion copy, right? And the big lesson here is that nuance matters. So many business owners are writing copy and doing it at the last minute and knowing, putting stuff out there, knowing that it could be better. And because you don't have time, you're doing a million other things. You don't have time to go deep enough because what you think you need to say and write is not actually what you need to say and write because it's hard to write copy for yourself without someone to reflect it back to you and help you. You can't see the label from inside the bottle. And because writing might not be a skill set that you're fully comfortable with. That is the third part of the equation, right?